Lexus returns late to the booming market for compact luxury brand coupes. Its last fixed roof coupe in North America, the original SC300 and 400, ceased production in 2000. Now, the 2015 Lexus RC350 is the brand's first pure coupe in about 15 years. Now, essentially, the RC we have here is equipped with the F-Sport package, which comes with the more premium 19-inch wheels and then the F-Sport mesh grille, as well as more exterior styling treatments. And then you have your F-Sport logo on the side as well. And it's in this pretty good looking nebula gray pearl exterior color. Now essentially, RC stands for Radical Coupe according to Lexus. Marketing chief Brian Smith says the so-called premium coupe segment is the place for a loud statement. Now the RC is essentially based off of the IS sedan. And as far as styling goes on the vehicle, I quite like it a lot. It's very distinctive looking, especially with Lexus's new spindle grille design that Lexus has across all of their vehicles. But it's also very handsome looking and also very aggressive and daring in its design. Now here's the key fob design for the RC. Pretty traditional looking smart key fob in Toyota and Lexus. You have your lock, unlock to release your trunk, and then your panic button. Now you do have smart key access on the driver and passenger door. It does have a full-on black leather interior. Power driver seat, power recline, as well as power lumbar. Now stepping on into the interior here, I really love the interior design. It really looks like the Lexus IS as well. Very good looking. Now also with the F-Sport package you do get this nicer looking steering wheel and then some unique interior styling treatments. Now you do have push button ignition, just put your foot on the brake and hit the button to start. And what you're hearing is that 3.5 liter V6. Now you do have a full leather wrapped steering wheel. Now coming to your transmission, you have the optional 8-speed automatic. Now your standard transmission is going to be a 6-speed automatic. You do have manual shiftability. You can do it down here on the gate, or you can do it via the paddle shifters as well. And then you also do have Lexus Park Assist, which includes front parking sensors, rear parking sensors as well. Then putting the vehicle into reverse displays your rear view camera with guidance lines too. And the mirrors also do tilt down when you put the vehicle into reverse. Now let's go ahead and turn on the lights and the hazards. Automatic driver's side window on the RC. And let's go ahead and pop up the hood and check out the engine bay. Heated exterior mirrors with LED turn signal indicators. And you also do have blind spot detection. Now like I said, with the F-Sport package you do get the larger, more premium wheels. They are 19-inch wheels. They look pretty nice, really distinctive looking. Now coming to the front, you have full LED lighting with LED headlamps, low and high beam, LED daytime running lights, and LED fogs as well. Very premium looking front end, very aggressive too. Now under the hood here you have the base powertrain, which is a 3.5 liter V6 producing 306 horses at 6,400 RPM and 277 pound-feet of torque at 4,800 RPM, with EPA estimates being an okay 19 in the city and 28 on the highway. Now your optional powertrain is actually going to be a 5 liter V8 that comes in the RCF. That's going to be the most powerful powertrain there. And then also, it is rear-wheel drive with all-wheel drive being optional. Now when you get the rear-wheel drive model, you get the 8-speed automatic like how we have here, but when you get the all-wheel drive, you get the 6-speed automatic. Overall, this powertrain is very refined, delivers pretty adequate passing power as well. Now pricing of the RC350 starts at the base model, which starts at $42,790, and depending on which package you choose, it can easily move all the way up to $53,000. Now essentially, Lexus created the RC model to compete with the German rivals. Now the benchmark in the class is the BMW 4 Series Coupe, which is previously known as the 3 Series Coupe. Now you also do have the Mercedes-Benz C-Class Coupe and then the Audi A5, as well as the all-new Cadillac ATS Coupe. This segment is getting hotter and hotter every single year. Now total vehicle price for this particular one is $53,058. EPA estimates are 19 in the city and 28 on the highway. Coming to the rear, very distinctive looking. Dual exhaust tips back here, rear parking sensors, LED tail lamps, rear window defroster as well. Lots of sharp looking angles and a very interesting design here. Also, it is pretty cutting edge in its design as well. Now with the park assist, you also do have rear cross traffic alert. Now of course you have your full power accessories, power windows, power door locks, power exterior mirrors, memory seat settings for 3 people, nice soft touch armrest with premium stitching, nice and soft touch on the upper door panel as well. What you would expect in a luxury vehicle. And let's go ahead and rev it up and see how she sounds. Now, coming to build quality and materials, of course they're top notch here. This is a Lexus, for crying out loud. Nice soft touch materials up on the upper door panel, mid door panel, armrest of course, stitching everywhere. Also up here it's nice and padded, soft to the touch. Everything is very well put together, very impeccable in terms of its build quality and materials. Very tight construction here. Now, like I said, with the F-Sport package, you do get this rim. You also do get aluminum pedals and this black headliner as well. Now, coming to your center stack controls down here, they really do look like the Lexus IS's. And they are touch-sensitive buttons when you come to the temperature controls for your air conditioning. Now, you do have dual-zone automatic climate control, of course, your fan speeds, your different zones, front window defroster, heated exterior side mirrors as well. And then coming down to this lower section right here, you have your radio controls. You have your optical disc drive, your volume button, and your power button, and then your tune and scroll knob. Now coming right here, you have heated and ventilated front seats, and then your different driver selectable modes is right on this dial right here, which I will get to in just a second. Traction control off button, your snow mode, then your cup holders right here of course, and then this is your touchpad, which mainly controls your whole infotainment system, which I will get to in just a second. And then you have your nice and soft touch, nice and stitched center console lid. And then down there is where you'll find 2 USB ports, an auxiliary input, and a power outlet. Now one thing I really do love about this interior is the seats. The seats are very comfortable, lots of side bolstering, especially right here as well, and then a lot of thigh support too. Very comfortable seats, especially if you want to take this out for a drive and then go around those tight corners too. Now coming up here, you have your auto dimming rearview mirror with garage home link, and then right here you have your interior illumination lighting, they are touch sensitive. Pretty interesting there. And they are LEDs as well. And then, coming right here, you have your sunroof controls. With a sliding shade, SOS Safety Connect too. Now coming to the steering wheel design, I really do love the steering wheel design, especially on the F Sport trim that we get here. You have your voice recognition, Bluetooth phone controls, steering wheel mounted audio controls, and then right here you have your controls for your LFA inspired gauges, which I will get to in just a second. And then your cruise control stock is right there as well. And then you also do have this pretty classy looking analog clock. I'm not sure if this really fits the whole sporting nature of the interior as well as the exterior design, but it's a pretty nice touch overall. Now coming right here, you have your blind spot monitoring, your parking sensors button, and then the brightness for your gauges. And then right here, you have your power tilting and telescoping steering wheel. Now, as far as visibility goes inside of this vehicle here, visibility is okay. There's a decent amount of glass area on the front windows, and then the A-pillar isn't too thick, I have to say. Outward visibility is also pretty good too. And the side mirrors do show quite a lot, and then you do have blind spot monitoring, so that helps a lot. However, rearward visibility is pretty poor, but that's how pretty much every luxury sports coupe is. Now, you also do have a Mark Levinson premium audio sound system in this RC, which you can get on the top of the navigation package. Now, the Mark Levinson sound system includes 17 speakers around the cabin, and you also do have a Class D 835 watt amplifier. Overall, it's a very high quality sound, I have to say. Now, one interesting feature is that you do have 10 airbags around the cabin. I'm not really sure how they managed to do that, since it's not even a four-door, but pretty interesting how they have so many airbags. Now coming down here, this, like how I said, is your main controller for your main infotainment and multimedia interface. And they got rid of the remote controller, like the mouse pad that they used to have. But overall, it works pretty well. I like the haptic feedback when you switch to the different menus, I have to say. Coming right there, you have your climate and then your nav, then your Lexus app suite, and then you have your info setup, then your phone, media, then your radio down there. But I can really feel the haptic feedback very well. And then if you want to click on something, you just press down. And then you can change display settings like the camera, or in general like the brightness. Overall, I really do think I like it much better than the remote controller that they were using. Now coming right there, you have your climate if you don't want to control it from right there. And then now coming to your nav, the rendering of it and the graphics is pretty good, I have to say. There's nothing too astonishing about it, I have to say. But you know, it does what it's supposed to do. It's supposed to be a navigation system. But you do have your live traffic, live weather too. And then you have your different map modes. You can do a dual map. Go to compass. Let's go to dual map. Overall, what I really love about this nav is that there's lots of colors going on, that it's really easy to read as well. But don't expect to find anything like 3D rendering. Now, you can enter in your destination on the screen right here in the traditional way, or you can do it by voice, of course. Let's go ahead and do it by voice.
Please say a command.
Navigation.
Go to navigation. Please say a navigation command.
Address.
Enter an address. Please say the full address.
123 Main Street, Los Angeles, California.
One, 2, 3 Main Street, Los Angeles, California. That house number wasn't found on the selected street. Searching without a house number. Is this correct?
Yes.
Yes.
So I like how it picks up the words very quickly, and I like how you don't have to do it in chunks. Like, you don't have to say 123, then Main Street, and then Los Angeles. You could just do it in one full chunk. So I like that a lot. And then you can change your different routes as well. And it shows you what routes are available. So pretty interesting. Overall, it works pretty well for the voice recognition. Now coming to your Lexus app suite, you can access various apps through your smartphone connection like iHeartRadio, Pandora, all of that good stuff. Now coming to your info, you have your fuel consumption data, traffic incidents, your weather, Lexus Insider too. And coming to your radio, of course, you have AM, FM, satellite radio, of course, and then you do have your optical disc drive, USB port, iPod integration, Bluetooth streaming audio, your auxiliary input, and your AV jack. Now coming down to your phone, that's where you can pair up your Bluetooth phone, hands-free calling, and then you can store all your contacts on there. And coming to your setup, you could change many different settings like traffic, if you want to avoid traffic, show free-flowing traffic. Then many other different vehicle settings. Maintenance. Now, on top of all of your media sources, you also do have HD radio and Grace Note. And then Lexus also likes to call this their M-Form system. Now coming to the gauges, I love the gauges. Now like I said, this is what you would get on the F Sport package. Now on the left right there, this is like your little information center. And then it shows what radio station you're on. And then you can change many different settings. Your tire pressure monitoring, direction of travel. And then you can change your different media source. Pretty easy to do. And if you have any messages, and then your fuel gauge is also down there as well. Then you have your maintenance system, your eco indicator, drive info, your needle pop-up display, speed indicator if you want it on or off. And then if you want to, I'll show you something cool. If you press this little button right here, it'll actually switch it over like that. Pretty neat. And then coming to the center gauge right there, you have your digital speedometer, and then what driver selectable mode you're in, and then your RPM gauge. Then you have your fuel gauge right there. So overall, I really do love the LFA inspired gauges. Now right away, the stiffness of the new chassis in the RC is noticeable, feeling impressively solid and tight even when loaded across corners, like when you're navigating onto a road from a steep driveway. It sprung from stiffly enough to remind you that you went for the sporting choice of a coupe. The damping is firm but not crashy or jiggling, nor does the RC350's ride go to pieces over cracked pavement. This is a spry and pointy chassis that's pretty much foolproof, and it will tackle corners with little body roll and sharp, accurate steering. Now essentially, coming to your different driver selectable modes, you have essentially 5 different modes. And most of them are controlled by this dial right here except for the snow one. And then you have your eco mode, and then it displays right up on here on the gauges. And then you have a normal mode, a sports plus mode, and then a snow mode as well. Now when you go to the eco mode, that's definitely going to be the most fuel efficient setting. And then the sports mode is going to tighten up the steering. And then the snow mode is if you want to go in the snow. And then with those different driver selectable modes, you also do have an adaptive variable suspension. Alright, and let's go ahead and shut it down. Let's go ahead and check out the rest of the vehicle, including the trunk as well as the rear seat leg space. Okay amounts of cargo capacity, but like I said, at least the rear seats do fold down, 60-40 split, and then you have your cargo net right here, and then also you do have a first aid kit too. Now I do like how when you pull this up right here, the seat will automatically go forward for you. Now you do have a powered passenger seat with power recline too. And then just pull it back and it'll automatically go all the way back. Now coming back here, you do have dual map pockets, rear air vents, however no center folding armrests, but the seats do fold down. Now it's actually pretty comfortable back here. Build quality and materials do follow through. The back here is still nice and soft to the touch, so a very nice headliner, and on the armrest it's stitched as well, and right here too. Like I said, very impeccable, tight construction here. But overall, I was actually quite impressed. Leg space is actually pretty good. Here's your glove box. You have a shelf right here, and then you also do have felt right there, and it is nice and damp too, of course. Alrighty. So essentially, the 2015 Lexus RC350 Coupe is a solid choice for an entry-level luxury coupe if you're looking for one that has pretty sporting intentions as well as an aggressive design and many features available. So remember that this is Cameron Birch from Cameron's Car Reviews.